I'm here with Turkish. I think it's fair to say a much more positive vibe than Sunday's game when we dropped points against Fulham. Today, very different. Arsenal 3-0 winners against Monaco. How are you feeling about the performance in the game tonight?
Performance, I think first off we created hella chances. I haven't seen a game like that where such gilt-edged chances are missed back to back. It was like a comedy of errors in front of goal. I just couldn't believe it. I thought it was a prank, But I guess when you're creating chances, that's one of the gripes I've had recently or throughout this season. So, in my opinion, in terms of chance creation, we done our thing. The finishing still leaves a lot to the imagination. And in the second half, we battled back against a spirited Monaco side who were probably the better for the first 30 minutes or so. And then we take advantage, Havertz pressed well for that second, take advantage of it, Saka puts in the back end, and then the game's dead there. So overall, 3-0 clean sheet, and when you look at where we are, we're third amongst the 36 teams. Pretty much guaranteed, we are guaranteed now to be in the next round, whether it's the playoffs or straight through now. That's the next thing to confirm. And with a home tie against Zagreb next and a away tie against Girona, Girona put up a good fight against Liverpool, probably should have scored. Could have won it when you look at some of their chances. So I'm expecting a tough test. But we're in a great position now in the Champions League. It's just that the business end of the Champions League comes in February, March, once that draw for the last 16 gets pulled out.
Yeah. Let's focus on that first half for a second there, because you're right. I mean, in the first half, we created so many chances. It was ridiculous, really. A lot of missed chances there. Was you a little bit worried that going into the end of that first half, we're only 1-0 up. We've missed about 4 one-on-ones that I can remember distinctly. And we had other chances as well. Was you worried that it might be one of those games where you get punished for not taking chances? Or did you have the belief that we would get more chances and score goals in the second half?
I wasn't worried at half time, but I was worried in the first 5 minutes of the second half because I just didn't expect Monaco, from what they produced in the first half, to start causing us problems, but they did. To be honest with you, we really failed to create the same level of chances or anywhere near to that we did in the first half in that second half. We had to win it because we put pressure on them and their goalkeeper messed up for that, second goal, and the third goal, own goal, Havertz goal, whatever it is. We were quite fortunate. So I wasn't worried at that time. Listen, on those chances, the Jesus first one, that embarrassing,
Well, he had 2, didn't he?
Yeah, the second one, I think he took a good first touch. He held the defender off and the defender made a decent tackle, and, it is what it is. Keeper made a save after that. Still expect a good striker to score there, but we know Jesus ain't a good striker. The first one, though, it doesn't matter if you're a striker or a left back or a centre back, or even if it was Raya running through on goal. Bro, the ball's bounced.
Did I hear that correctly? He said Raya.
Yes, anyone. The ball's bounced up to you. Nikola Jova, whatever that guy's name is, the throwing coach. Bro, the ball bounces up to you like that. You've taken that touch, just lace it. And he somehow managed to P-roll it, trickle it. The keeper's made a save. And then you have Odegaard's one-on-one for 30 yards, 25 yards, looking over his shoulder hectically because, he hasn't got the greatest of pace. In the box, the guy just slides it wide casually. And then you have Martinelli, who Odegaard's done well to press and then drawn the defender in, played it around, and Martinelli's there. All he's got to do is just guide that into the back of the net. Stroked it wide as well. Some of those misses were embarrassing. And for Jesus,
so it weren't just Jesus, but the reason why people focus on Jesus, because let's be honest, man, he's on a very poor run of goal-scoring form. To be fair to him, he did provide a very good assist in that game. I did like the ball across the box. I thought that was for Saka's first goal. I thought that was really good. But, he is employed as a striker, and goals have been hard to come by. I think that's 1 goal now in 26 games. And like you said today, he had 2 golden opportunities and spurned them both.
Yeah, but what were we going to say about Jesus that we haven't said already? I don't even know why you want to focus on him. Martinelli is the one that needs to be scoring that because he's meant to have a future here. Jesus, we already know. Like, everyone knows. What are we saying here? Is that the backlash now? We know he's not a good striker. And I just said it was embarrassing, but Martinelli needed a goal and Martinelli was in a great position and Martinelli didn't produce. Odegaard, to be honest, he could have done with the goal as well. It would have been nice because the last couple of performances from him haven't been great. he that was embarrassing as well. Overall, Jesus and Martinelli needed it more than anyone else. But even if Jesus buried the chance today, doesn't mean he's gonna, he warrants being Arsenal striker any longer than this season. We already know this. Martinelli, there's a lot of question marks with him. We're yet to find out. Some people have crossed that line already, and he had a chance that he did. All in all, it was just embarrassing. I've waited to see Arsenal 1-on-1 many times this season over the last 2 years. It rarely happens, and then we have 4 in one half, and nothing.
Okay, let's keep it positive because it was a good night overall for us. So let's talk about 2 of the players who I thought were outstanding today. First, I'm going to give a shout out to Lewis Skelly. I know you were advocating for him to start. He came in. I thought he played very well. In fact, I was a little bit surprised when he got brought off on it. I think it was the 61st minute. But hey, the time he was on, I thought he did very well. What about you?
Yeah, that's someone I've called for a couple of times this season because he's shown me something. And he started today, and again, he showed everyone something. It's just his maturity, his confidence, his composure in places where for an 18-year-old to have that level of composure goes a long way to assuming he will be a solid player. Because there was times today where he'd pick it up and you'd think, he's going to lose it, and he just gets round for the first goal. Forget defensively for a sec. For the first goal, it looks like he might have, been out, but no, he gets round that player, plays the ball into Jesus, and we go 1-0 up. Jesus, great ball. So Lewis Skelly had a great game. Surprised he came off after the hour, but maybe he came off to protect him for the weekend. Maybe, the Calafiori, maybe Arteta knows a bit more than obviously we do on the situations of Gabriel and Calafiori. So maybe it was that, the more I come to think about it. But if he stayed on the pitch, I would have probably given him man of the match.
No, he had a very good game, and it's very pleasing to see a Haaland guy get his opportunity and do well to show that if he is required on Saturday, we know that he's capable of putting a performance. Should also talk about Saka, man of the match, outstanding today. He's our go-to guy.
Say outstanding.
Well, I mean, he's got a couple of goals and a possible assist.
Productive. And this is I'm not being disrespectful. One thing about Saka is when he is not outstanding over the 90, he's still productive. I think today he was far from outstanding.
Outstandingly productive.
Well, you could say that. If you're gonna worm your way out of it like that, that's cool. But he got 2 goals.
Personally, I thought he was outstanding because he's your go-to guy. Yeah? When you need goals and assists, he always shows. You know what I mean? So that's why. But listen, man, it's your call.
Yeah, for me, productive, not outstanding. But like I said, you're a great player when more often than not you are outstanding, and when you're not, you're still productive. And that's what Saka was today. 2 goals, and what might be an assist if it's given to Havertz, which it seems like it is at this moment in time, but that might be taken away. I don't know how that runs, but 2 goals and assists. Listen, since every new chapter that Saka opens, he just kicks off the door and goes on to the next one. Absolutely. There was question marks about Champions League, will he be able to do it? And the last 18 months or so since we've been back in it, he's been as productive in the Champions League, sometimes more so than he has been in the league. So across the board, and then let's not even talk about international football. He's been doing his thing for England a couple of years now. So across the board, I mean, Saka, someone said he's not star boy anymore, he's star man. He is the star of that attack for sure. Obviously, Odegaard too. And hopefully, January, we bring in someone else, because I feel like you take some attention away from Saka. He's clearly the most productive and best player in that front three. You give the opposition something to worry about on the left, something more to worry about up top. Free up Saka a little bit more. Imagine what numbers you'd see from him then, I think. And
just very quickly, in terms of the Champions League, our overall chances in this competition, are you still positive?
Don't know. We'll see. Until the knockouts come, you can't tell. Well, I might say, no chance, and we don't see a Real or see a Man City or whoever else. Because Man City.
No, but what I'm saying is it's match day 6. We've ascended the table now to 3rd, I believe. Based on what you've seen of these 6 matches so far, are you confident we can make a real go at this competition?
Same answer. You can't tell. This is the group stage.
You're not helping me out here much, are you?
No, you're asking me questions that,
I'm trying to put you on the spot. Based on what you've seen, do you think that Arsenal have what it takes to go a long way in this competition, if not win it?
Can't say that because you don't know who you're gonna get.
That's true.
You don't know who you're gonna get. What have we seen so far? That yes, 4 wins, 1 loss, 1 draw, strong position. But who knows who we're gonna get in the next round? Until that comes, like I said, February, March, business end, then we'll talk.
Okay, fine. Thank you very much.
Nice one.